It's impossible to shut me out when I really want to play. The servers have been terrible.
Yeah, they have.
For me, definitely for like a couple weeks now.
Well,
like I can't pick a play, I can't switch my players, I can't move. So at that point, I was just like, fuck it. Swag was up there, so he just tried to run.
We need us a bleep button.
At that point, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, that's what Swag do. He when somebody down, he run it up. He definitely run that thing up.
Okay, so go ahead,
Maybe
G-Rock.
that's what it is. I lost. I'm gonna hold the L, but I will never be shut out.
So,
my server is
Reese.
cool. I will never be shut
Reese, you might want to leave the party and rejoin. Like, you breaking up. I don't know if you... Try to rejoin and say
I hear it.
Oh, go ahead, GY. What was you saying?
I want to talk to Reese.
Oh, okay, he gonna rejoin. Okay,
All right, Reese. You there?
Okay, there's Reese. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. This part of the show is called Facts and Fiction. And the people want to know, is it a fact or is it fiction that Swag really is not anything without the halfback stretch?
Since you bring that up, because first run of the game was a halfback straight, like, but his I look at it, halfback is crazy.
Reese, Reese, you breaking up badly.
Yeah, we don't know what you said. There you go. There you go.
Just restart.
There you
Just
go.
restart. So when he rejoins, we're gonna talk
We
about
come back
that.
to
But
that.
we want to address. These last couple of days, there's been a person that has been under several attacks. This guy has I don't care to pronounce the word. I don't feel like pronouncing the word. Whatever. He's required and muting everybody. Some people pronounce it quarantine, some quarantine, whatever you want to flying, whatever. Basically, Pharaoh has been under attack. Now, there's been a few people that's been attacking him. Now we're gonna go against these users. Beaches, Jets. We've had Detroit Lions. We've had the Miami Dolphins, and last but not least, we've had the Oakland Raiders. So now, from my understanding, there's only one person out of the four that probably really has beaten Pharaoh, and that is the Miami Dolphins. Now, Pharaoh, we're gonna ask you about each person. What you think about the Oakland Raiders? Because they came at you. They said, "What is your name? Is it I'm done, Pharaoh, or what? Like, what you think on him?"
Pen, I sent it.
Another trash user that just play Madden and rely on Sim.
Okay, so he relies on Sam, so he's done. Beaches. Now, let me warn you about Beaches. I know you watching or you will watch. Nobody wants to be in your division. Now, there has to be a reason why. It's not the competition. There has to be a reason why people don't want to be. There has to be a reason why people don't want to be in your division. Pharaoh, why? Yeah,
we hear you.
Pharaoh, why don't you want to be in Beaches division? Because everybody that leaves Beaches division don't want to go back.
I mean,
It's because he make you stay up 12 at midnight to play the game.
nah, not even that. Honestly, Beaches is no. It's make a long story short. G, why we ain't holding our tongues today, right?
We don't hold our tongues here.
All right. Basically, to put it in the casket. You say one joke with Beaches. That joke go on for like what, 7 months? Like, bro, like how long you gonna keep saying I'm a bandwagon team, or you gonna keep saying nonsense? So
Okay, so we tired. We're tired of that. Now, last but not least, it's this user going around messing with everybody, misgendering everybody, calling them a her when it's a he. Call it just nonsense in the chat, up and down the chat. 2 o'clock in the morning, making comments.
who you playing, Ben?
His name is DJ, not JD. The Lions user has been making certain comments out of his mouth that has been directed in my direction, and I'll say my response. But he came in your direction. He was instigating the situation a little bit between you and Dez. Now, I assume that you and Dez really do have beef, because I was reading down the chat and I heard you say something about YouTube and Dez. So now, 1 minute y'all was cool. The last podcast, remember, GY, they was talking about how they got respect for each other and how they was nice. But then all of a sudden, Pharaoh got mad and said, "You know what? You YouTube." And he posted a video 3, 4, defense that gets straight through the defense, that gets straight through the offensive line. So Pharaoh, we the people want to know, why did you post that video? Now you had to be. We know you was talking to Dez. This ain't no Pusha T Drake type beef. We know who you was talking to. We know exactly who you was talking to.
I didn't mean to type that by accident.
By accident.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but
Come on, man. You gotta have a better excuse than that. Since when you start biting your tongue?
No, it was
no,
by
I mean, you don't
accident,
bite you don't. So you.
Wait, you said it was by accident.
Yeah.
All them words and they were by accident.
No,
Listen,
Pharaoh.
if you guys know me, man,
I really don't know. I don't know why y'all.
If the dude go on YouTube, he go on YouTube.
I don't
He
know.
won't admit it because he's winning Super Bowls, but he won't admit that. But if he go on YouTube, he go on YouTube. But we would like to know your opinion on that.
I don't know why y'all asked Pharaoh about Dez on the podcast. Y'all know that man is scared of that man. You know this already. We get on the podcast and Pharaoh hold his tongue like Dez got a rope around his neck or something.
Both of them come on here and they like got like the utmost respect. But then every time you watch that game, they beating each other up and they can't finish their game. Somebody didn't quit. JD said, and Reese said somebody quit, and but Beaches has been in the news as of late because Beaches' cousin left. He left the league, and Beaches was starting to mess with everybody as of late, saying there was something that was said in the chat. Beaches was posting and trying to get on Reese, and Reese made a comment, "Don't end up like your cousin." Now, Reese, we the people want to know what you mean.
Whoa!
What you mean by
Shot
that?
fired!
Because
Yo, Reese, what's good? What was that about?
Reese, yes.
I mean,
Yo,
look,
Rich, you from Best Stop?
He sound like he from.
I'm from West Philly, boy. What you mean? But,
Best Stop do or die, baby. I thought you was from Brooklyn, coming out like that.
I said what I said. I mean, Beaches, like, he tries to troll, and it's hard. It's really hard to ignore someone trolling you when they have no success at all. So I really can't take him serious. So I feel like it was a shot towards me. Like
Wait. So, wait. I got to cut you off, Reese. But, I gotta ask. Are you saying Beaches is a joke? You don't take him seriously?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, the league don't take him seriously.
Wow!
Exactly what I'm saying. But as far as the cousin comment,
here comes Pharaoh. Here he comes. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
That's what really get me tight. Like,
He's smiling now. You can hear him smile. Look at him. Go ahead.
Bro, like, how do you
smelling, just as light skinned and bright as the sun.
For everybody in here, how do you prepare for a person who don't have much background?
So my question to y'all, because y'all known Beaches longer than I have, was Beaches like this when he first came in, or was it something that he like picked up over time?
Honestly,
we've seen people leave his division
when he first
and not
started
want
with
to.
Jay, Jay was his first person that he started. Like, he just started with. But I guess
his first person was Fox. He loved Fox, and he fell in love with Jay.
He loved BGP,
and he got a hard on for Pharaoh.
yeah, like I don't know, man. I mean,
With all that being said, though, Beaches, you a cool dude. That's why I said I don't want you to end up like your cousin. You cool, but the material is just so, bro. We either start winning or come up with something different. Period.
he ain't gonna be doing both because look, you don't need a joke trainer, and he's not gonna be winning. So
Wow, they just coming at Beaches. Sideways Beaches, if you somewhere in the building, outside the building, at the precinct, call us up. We the people need to know your side of this story. Wow.
Beaches, he's not a bad user though.
Who got their fan in the mic?
come on, Ben, don't stir the pot, man. Always lying. Stop lying, man.
Beaches not a bad. Well, I don't think he's a bad user.
You only lying,
Like,
bro.
not like beyond terrible, like.
Wow, yo, Beaches, they're not shooting shots. They're throwing stones at your head, kid.
Well,
No,
Beaches said, what team Farrell using next year. I said Farrell might use the Saints. You never know. He said if he's using the Saints, I'm taking Panthers.
What honestly, I'm stepping away. Yeah, so I'm not. That's why I haven't told nobody my team yet. I don't like. I was talking to Ben about it. I don't even know my team.
He picked after you, Farrell. So
That's the thing.
Well, my question is, if I hate, not saying I hate, but if I knew I could pick before that person, I would choose the Jets and make him choose a different team. That's what I would do.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I'm saying, out of a measurement of like really hurting him, like taking the Jets.
I think he would leave the league, man. Y'all can't do that to Beaches, man.
Yeah, don't do that, Farrell, because he would be.
He don't got his buddy trade partner no more. So.
Wait a minute, who buddy partner?
I mean, you know who his buddy trade partner is. He only traded with one person in the league.
Oh,
that person going there.
Well,
so I really want to. If y'all don't mind, I don't know how Reese and Chris and everybody and Kai feel about it, but do y'all want to touch on that subject a little bit, the Spivey situation?
I can.
That's the thing. No one really know. Like, it was so private, which I respect. It was so private, and it was private because Reese made it private because he definitely could. And in the start off, when he said he could have got some Spivey suspended, I know he was talking about Spivey because I woke up and didn't see Spivey settings. Alright, so I know that's where that came from because I was thinking about it, but I'm like, if nobody gonna say nothing, I ain't gonna bring it up. But
well, I think the issue at hand was he said that he didn't want to be a commissioner, and he didn't want to be a commissioner because what did he say? Because he was going to be on the board with people that he wouldn't like. Yeah, so he left the chat.
So I'm like, what?
Yeah, so he left. So
that what was said.
Yeah, I thought you knew that. Like I
didn't honestly, because Spivey was trying to tell me. All right, this the whole thing.
I added him to chat. I added Reese, Spivey, and Chris to a chat. And will I say like that ended very badly? I'll just say it because I mean, the chat is deleted now, but you know, they was talking about fighting each other and just all that, and we need to read. You know, we gotta build up our people. He said he was gonna come up to Philly. He was gonna come up to Philly. He was gonna deal with Reese.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. I didn't.
This is what happened. I said this. All right, let me know.
Wait a minute, Reese. See, Reese, we don't have to call you in. Go ahead, Reese.
No, basically, Spivey was in other people's DMs, running his mouth. It's like a hate female stuff. Oh, Reese ain't this, Reese ain't that. But when I pressed him on it, he said, "Oh, I was just joking." You know, in my DM. But then I'm getting screens from the other DM talk like this hating stuff, and I'm like, yo, I don't like the fake stuff. Like, if you don't like me, that's cool. Let that be known. Don't be in my DM trying to act like we buddy. Like, I don't like that. If you don't like me, it's cool. Just let me know. We go about our way. But yeah, so he was like, oh, I ain't even see nothing bad. I'm like, but if I'd never said nothing to you about it, you would have never brought that to our attention. Like, that's the fake stuff. But then he got mad. He was like, oh, if I'm fake, I'll come with the Philly to show you how fake I am. And I said, listen, you can come whenever you want to come. I mean, you ain't gonna try that scary tactic with me. I've been through too much.
What happened was, because I know this gonna get back, and I like it to get back because I listen. Some of the stuff I live for. Die Hard, whatever, the Die bitch. One of his name, Die Hard, the steroid looking person that takes steroids when he was in crew. Die Hard, yeah. So he was promised a spot in crew next year. And there was a misunderstanding between what Spivey was saying to Die Hard and what Spivey was saying to Ben. And so there was an argument in B2L that had led to, now this was after Spivey had left. There was a B2L argument that led to, I was DMing Ben, I was like, is Die Hard getting in? And the response was no. But then Die Hard had screenshots of talking to Spivey that he was getting in. So like that added on to, that was the icing on the cake of what added on to the situation.
But a lot of people don't know that whole situation. Remember, that was after the day Spivey left all the leagues. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but
Yeah.
when Die Hard sent the screenshot and then I countered with my screenshot showing everybody, I said Die Hard couldn't get in. Spivey hit me up. After that, I didn't want to tell nobody because I didn't want to start more trouble. But Spivey hit me up even when he said he wasn't playing Madden no more. Hit me up. He was like, "Oh, so that's how you doing me now? You're gonna send Kai my screenshots?" So
Well, listen, let me tell you something, because let me say this, because I don't care what people think about me. I don't care. Listen, if you send something and you're talking about somebody and you really don't like them, but then you say you really like them, we got an issue. So I'm gonna let the person know that you don't like them. Like that's just what I'm gonna do, because if I don't like somebody, I will tell them I don't like them. I mean, that's just my basis. There's a lot of people that I don't like. There's a lot of people that are cool, and there's a lot of people that I'm really cool with. And so that's the measurement of likability to me. And so I think like the whole situation, I wouldn't leave a league if people don't like me. I don't know necessarily. I would leave a league if I feel like.
Can I comment on this?
Go ahead.
Now, I don't know what actually went on, but from what I'm hearing, it seems like to me, and it's not only crew, it's multiple leagues. Everybody wanted to be a chat room thug. We all, I mean, a few of us have met each other, but the bottom line is if you disrespect me, don't expect me to not disrespect you. A lot of people just feel because people have a calm demeanor that they pushovers or whatever. But don't get that twisted. The calm ones are usually the most violent ones. And the people that sit back and just like, all right, you right. Don't be surprised if you ever step to them and you be the one that gets your feelings hurt.
But
There's no room for being a chat room thug.
I went in Spivey. I was talking to Spivey and I said, "Yo, Spivey, what's good? Like, what's going on with you and Reese?" He was like, basically, for the most part, he admitted that he said something. He was like, he ain't mean it in a certain way.
No, but now I cut you off, man. I realized that Spivey does that when the attention gets shaped toward him. So when Reese was telling me about it, I'm like, yeah, I believe you, because I believe me. I was telling Kai and Reese, I'm like, wait, he said that about me. Kai was like, yeah, he talked crazy about you too.
Listen, I'm gonna let people know about how people are. That's just me. I just look at it like this. There's a lot of people, I just don't like a lot of people. That's just my personal thing. Spivey, I will say at the time we were cool. Like I didn't have any issues with nobody. But there are people in crew chat that I know that without a doubt, that we just wouldn't get along in person. We can get along in Madden chat, but in person we just wouldn't get along. But I would let them people know I really don't like you. I tell people I don't like them all the time. But I will say, like, I did not feel right communicating with Spivey about Reese, and then communicating with Reese, and then Spivey once I had found out Spivey was DMing everybody like on a consistent basis, like that's just who he was, to try to pump up the chat. Then I found it an issue, because I'm like, oh, now it all crashes. And so, I mean, after a while, I guess that was gonna like spill out, but he's gone.
I told Spivey, I said, Spivey, I'm not kicking you out the league. I wasn't even going to remove him as a commissioner, because I feel like as commissioners we should be able to hash it out, even though Reese did it in a respectable way. Because
I thought y'all did hash it out after a while.
We kind of hashed it out, but the thing is, instead of Spivey, saying I messed up, I'm wrong, he felt as if he didn't really do nothing wrong and that he didn't understand. I was explaining to him, I was like, yo, Spivey, I see what you did, and I can understand why they mad. He's like, oh, you're gonna take Reese and Chris side. I'm like, yo, you know me for mad long. When have I really ever chose sides? Like, when have I, like, Pharaoh's more close to me than anyone, and I still be asking other people to advance. I still ask other people to help me. We even argue in the chat sometimes. When have I ever really chose sides to this degree? I was like, but you gotta admit to yourself, just think about all the problems, and I named all the problems. He had Die Hard in the chat telling people that I begged him to get back. He had Reese and Chris mad because he DM'd somebody about them. He put me in a position where I told everybody, even in the commissioners in the commissioner chat, I said, yo, y'all got to resolve this on your own. I don't want to get involved. I was like, y'all can do whatever y'all got to do. Just keep it out the league. I was like, you got me involved. Like, everything you doing is affecting me now. And as one thing, I didn't want to get involved. So I'm like, all these problems, and it's because of you.
Once it had carried over to B2L, that's where, like, I knew that the line was going to be drawn. Because there was a comment that was made that you need to go pick cotton, and so once that comment was made, it seemed like from there everything went.
And
right
that's
down.
the reason he left the league.
And so it wasn't.
No, that was Spivey.
That was where like everything had went.
But that's where he left the league. Once I was talking to him about that, he's like, so I'm supposed to let everybody talk to me about it and talk about me like that. Not saying, I was like, nah. But if you sit there and you basically talk about it too, it makes you just as bad as them. If somebody beats you well, say something racist, and you clap back with a racist comment, you just as wrong as them. I was like, you could have did what Chris did and remove yourself from the situation, especially when I'm the one who told you that B2L could be toxic. They do things in B2L that a lot of people don't agree with. You just put yourself in a bad position. He still wanted to go. He still wanted to do things, and I'm like, that league ain't for everybody, you know. So I'm like, is a lot of racist stuff in there going on. They speak their mind, but you just as bad as them. If you feel like you could go in there and then say, all right, y'all should do this, or y'all should pick this, or do that, like, it's still racist. No matter if you did it to clap back at somebody or you started it, is racist either way. And I told him that, and I think that's what he really. And then he PM'd me the next day, and he was like, you know, it's funny how you kicked me out the chat. I was like, you know, the commissioner chat private. I was like, you know, that's private. It don't matter who you are. I was kicking you out. He was like, oh, but when Pharaoh say he quit Madden, you never kick him out. So after that, I just didn't respond to him because I'm like, I'm not gonna do bad. I argue all day with my girl.
You always have to involve somebody else. If you have a discussion with me, I'm not gonna say, well, Kai did this, or Spivey did that, or Reese did that. It's a conversation between me, you, and I.
Right. My whole thing was he didn't really say anything disrespectful.
But the fact that he went behind somebody's back, you could tell that it was personal.
Right. But like, it's the hating stuff. I'm like, that's cool, but like, if I didn't say nothing, he would have never told me, bro. If Kai never showed me nothing, he would have never said nothing. He would still be DMing me like, we cool, this and that. Like, I can't get with it. The fact that he feel like he did nothing wrong is even more reason. I'm just like, look, he said, oh, I can't be in a commission. I'm like, listen, Spike, I don't care what you do. Just because I'm not cool with you don't have nothing to do with you being in the league. You could be a commission, we still could be casual. I'm like, we're grown. Like, because I'm not cool with you don't mean I'm going to sit here and pout not speaking. We in the commission chat, we got to be in the commission chat. I told him that, but he's like, no, I can't do this. You and Chris don't like me. I'm not going to be somewhere.
And you could tell he felt guilty about it because he removed himself after all of that. He felt guilty about it.
I just turned 23, bro. You too old to be trying to get satisfaction out of a 22 and a 23-year-old. Like, you're a grown man. You have a whole family. What do you care about someone like you or not?
Well, you know, we spent enough time on somebody that's not in the league. I don't think we ever like spend that much time on it.
I did tell him though, if he want to get back in the league, he can. Like, I didn't tell him that, but if he do want to get back in the league, I would let. Like, I don't hate him. He was wrong. And people wrong, that happens. I don't hate nobody for anything like that, but I'm letting everybody know he left on his own. I ain't kicking him, he left on his own.
Well, you know, listen, that's nice, he left. Didn't somebody fill his spot? Cam.
We do, but
Cam's a good user. Yeah,
he's not bad. The only thing about it, like, I don't really know if he's active or not yet. I can't really tell.
No, Cam is active. You just gotta get him involved. But there was a situation that happened with somebody in the crew community. An unfortunate situation at that. Ike, the Bears user, is, how can I say this? Is currently in the words of the Bible, going through the times of the storm. And we all send our prayers out to Ike, not only as a Madden player, but as a human being overall. And so there will be a prayer. Herb will be here soon. But I was supposed to play him this week. Now I'm pretty sure that he does want to reach out to the GroupMe community, but I assume that there is time needed before he responds or whatever he responds or reads whatever people have for him. But that goes to show that we all do play Madden. However, there are people, like, you never know what'll happen to a person in the Madden community, so it is very important that our last interaction isn't left on a note of evilness or hatred or anything like that, because nobody knew what happened, and then once we found out what happened, the immediate interactions that were negative with him immediately replayed in my mind. So we never know what happened. Our prayers go out to him. There will be a prayer at the end, waiting on her. That should be like any minute now.
There you go.
There you go.
Hold on, before y'all do it, let me make sure I put my stream up so I can send it to them.
Okay. So, staying in that area though, Herb, are you on the mic?
Yo, what up? What up?
Okay. No, we're talking about the bear, Ike.
Hold on, before you finish.